Hey guys, Happy New Year! Welcome to this week's TOON update. Sorry, I am a little bit quiet today or else I'm gonna wake up my sister. Today I'm gonna share my thoughts on the 2-1 defeat to Leicester. I'll also talk about the Liverpool result, which was on Wednesday, and I'll finish with a little transfer talk as the January transfer window is now officially upon us. So subscribe for more football content and I hope you enjoy the video. So let's start with today's match against Leicester. Well, we lost 2-1 and I guess I'll talk about the Liverpool result in depth after this, but I have to say that I am disappointed we couldn't just build on that performance. Today, okay, so the first half was pretty eventful, and then we were punished in the second half with 2 Leicester goals. The first one came from James Maddison in the 55th minute, and the second goal, man, it seemed like Jonjo Shelvey just switched off and it allowed Youri Tielemans to just launch it past Choudhury. Shelvey had only been on the pitch for 10 minutes, so I was very disappointed with that. I was impressed with Fabian Schär once again. He did make some superb clearances. Jacob Murphy, he came on in the last 30 minutes or so and he evidently lacks confidence. He lost the ball far too easily. His decision making was pretty baffling, but I can't deny that actually he does show glimpses of potential time to time. I mean, in the sense he wants to attack and we've seen that he can get the ball into the box, but unfortunately he's just not consistent enough to be the impact sub that we need and perhaps intended for him to be today. So in the 82nd minute, things really heated up. I can't believe Andy Carroll scored his first Newcastle goal in the Premier League since 2010. I wasn't expecting that, and if I'm honest, I mean, I've shared my thoughts on Andy Carroll several times now, and yes, he's a threat in the air and he holds the ball up, but he's not a reliable striker for us, is he? And I am pleased with the goal, but I just don't expect this to be a regular occurrence, unfortunately. I think overall the lack of quality and creativity in the middle, it was a standout issue for me today. Because of it, you know, we missed a number of decent half chances. I think we desperately need to sign a more attacking, creative centre midfielder this month. It is essential, it's becoming clear, and I think today we really missed Isaac Hayden's presence in the middle of the park. We just need someone to provide service to Callum Wilson, and preferably somebody who has the ability to find the back of the net as well. In terms of quality on the ball, today I was disappointed. I was disappointed with our runs, lack of crosses, and even our through balls. And Miggy and Joel Linton, they both defended to a decent standard, but they offered very little up front. As for Callum Wilson, I was half expecting him to be awarded a penalty. And honestly, before the unexpected Andy Carroll goal, I believed that a penalty would probably be the only way we could score. And we hadn't actually scored since the Fulham game, and that was from the penalty spot. I think we shouldn't really be relying on penalties, but the way we often leave Callum Wilson isolated, I just don't know where the goals are going to come from. Severe lack of service, severe lack of creativity. So with that 2-1 result, we're now without a win in 5 matches. What have I come away thinking? It wasn't an inspiring display in the slightest. Again, Choudhury, his top-class goalkeeping just kept the scoreline respectable once again. Like I mentioned, the performance just made me hope that our January transfer activity just prioritises those reinforcements in our problem areas like lack of creativity. Despite all of this, I guess I have to admit it could have been a lot worse. I mean, the Leicester side are bursting with quality. Brendan Rodgers has established a trusty system to produce expansive, driving football with pace and creativity, a far cry from our need for an identity. I didn't think we'd come away with 3 points. perhaps a draw like we managed against Liverpool just a few days back. So should we talk about how that panned out? I think it's a good time. So the Liverpool game, it ended Newcastle 0, Liverpool 0. And you know how the Fulham draw, it felt like a loss? This Liverpool draw, it felt like a win. I honestly can't believe what I saw on Wednesday. To earn a point in the manner in which we did, I was really proud. I forgot what it felt like actually coming away enjoying watching us play. And don't get me wrong, I was stressed out to the max for the whole 90 plus minutes. I expected a late defensive collapse. After our recent form, I just didn't allow myself to expect it would end goalless. Yet it did, and Liverpool dominated possession, yes, and they had their chances, but the way we showed greater composure in possession and a stronger attacking threat overall from our recent displays, it was refreshing to see, and I just didn't expect it. And there are two standout players actually from Wednesday. I think I'll remember their heroics for a really long time. Choudhury, of course. Once again, he just proved why he deserves an England call-up, and I genuinely don't know what will happen with the Martin Dubravka situation. He's almost back to full fitness. Choudhury, he's played every single league minute this season, and he's been a rock amidst the inconsistent displays and criticisms. Against Liverpool, as usual, he was solid in between the sticks. His reflexes are just outstanding, and Liverpool did have chances in front of goal, and I liked how Alan Shearer, he highlighted that Liverpool weren't able to score, not only because of poor finishing, but Choudhury's superb goalkeeping was a huge factor. They just couldn't get past him. And I guess that should bring me on to Fabian Schär, because wow, do you remember the loose ball he managed to clear from Mane's effort on the goal line? Quality defending. It reminded me actually, I saw this video recently on ESPN. There's this sport called Sepak Takraw, which originates from Southeast Asia, and it combines football, volleyball and martial arts. And I remember watching Fabian Schär's clearance thinking, oh my God, I wonder if he's trained in that. I mean, overall, I saw willpower, determination, focus. I didn't see any of that in the Brentford clash. And as for the Man City game, I mean, City won comfortably, no doubt, but I'd say we did defend pretty well and we had a couple of chances. Then against the Reds, it was just clear from the get-go that our boys were not going down without a fight, and we actually demonstrated our ability to press higher and cause problems in the final third, something that Steve Bruce's tactics have come under fire for up until now. I think for us fans to just see a glimpse of that style of play against the defending champions, it was just really promising. I felt positive. We pulled it off successfully. Yeah, we didn't find the back of the net, but we were playing Liverpool at the end of the day, and in the long run, if we were to establish this style of play, or at least allow the squad to grow more familiar with that cohesion and brand of football, the goals will come. And I guess, like I say time and time again, we currently have no identity. I want to see a theme. I want to just be done with the trial and error. So let's move on. It's January now. That means the transfer window is open. So let's cover some Newcastle transfer talk. I've seen a few names do the rounds this week. Brandon Williams at Man United, he's one of them. And also Chelsea defender Fikayo Tomori, who it's progressed. We're reportedly set to offer a deal with him, but I have spoken about both those players at length already in another video. So click up there if you want to watch that video for my take on these two January options. Another transfer story this week which has done the rounds, I haven't spoken about this yet, Leicester's Hamza Choudhury. So Brendan Rodgers has actually spoken about how competitive his midfield is and how difficult it is for the likes of Choudhury to break into it at the moment. So Hamza Choudhury is available to go out on loan. And I did mention obviously that our midfield is in desperate need of strengthening, and I want physicality, I want us to dominate the midfield. We're just not on that level right now with the players we have. I'd say Isaac Hayden is our dependable bright spark in the middle of the park, but he can't do it alone. Is Hamza Choudhury the answer? Honestly, even after our worrying midfield display today against Leicester, I still don't think that Choudhury would be a solution. I want attacking midfielders, and I'd feel there could be a certain element of risk taking on a player like Choudhury. His tackling can be dangerous. If that results in fouls, he would just be a liability that we don't need. And I really don't know how he'd fit in and gel with the squad after the Matt Ritchie incident last summer in the Carabao Cup clash. It really was a horror challenge, and it could have ended Matt Ritchie's career. He got 3 stitches in his leg and just on the scene, and he needed multiple ankle operations. He was out for months. Matt Ritchie is a strong leader within the Newcastle setup, and I just don't know how Matt Ritchie could welcome a player who has inflicted that kind of injury on him. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but yeah, aside from that, I would rather a ball-carrying centre mid, and I'm just not sure Choudhury offers that. Okay guys, I think I've covered enough, so you let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about our Leicester performance today? Do you agree with what I've said? Also, what are your thoughts on the transfer talk? Let me know. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be bringing you another update and a match preview next Thursday ahead of the FA Cup third round, which is against Arsenal. So do tune in for that. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. It will really help grow my channel, and I'll see you lot next time. Bye.